And we're live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So tonight, I don't have much planned for tonight. I'm in the process of still testing the Ikier Master CO2. And let's see, where do I have that? There it is right there. And I'm just going through a whole bunch of different testing on it for right now. So I've been testing it for the last 2 weeks. You saw it in last week's live stream. And I'm running through some of the different functions in Lightburn. I can tell you right now that the Atom Stack Studio is just a waste of time, in my opinion. It works okay, but it's like any other third-party software. It's not really what I'm used to or what anyone's used to. It's not as good as the Xtool software, and it may be just a little bit better than the Alien Cell. But for the extra features that it gives you, I don't find it worth it, in my opinion, anyway. I just can't do the things that I want to do. But it does work really well in Lightburn. Some of the little bugs that it had in Lightburn when I first set it up was the origin, which kind of threw me for a loop. I was really surprised. I set the origin to the top left because that's where the laser homes to, and everything came out upside down and backwards, or backwards. So I thought about it for a couple of minutes, and I'm like, why would it do something like that? And then the only reason is because of the origin. So I went and changed the origin to the bottom left, and guess what? It started working right. So that's one bug. I found another bug today. So you got that bug. There was a couple others I have written down to send to Ikier. But there was another one that I found today in doing my testing. Was actually, it wasn't on this one. It was on this one. The preview window, you can't start from here. So if you notice at the very bottom of this coaster, there's a darker spot. See how it's darker at the bottom? And I stopped it because it was too dark, and I changed the settings. Then I did the preview, and then I did the start from here, and it lost its mind. So I had to home it again and do this over again. And I just went over the whole thing. So that's one thing. It uses a custom flavor. I think it's AAL Gerbil, that is firmware that it's using, and it just doesn't have all of the features of Lightburn. So those are the two things that I found so far in Lightburn that it's not doing well. The first one was an easy fix, just changing the origin. But I don't know how many people are going to know that when they first set it up, how many actual customers are going to know this. So that was an easy fix. The second one, not so much. I really do depend on that start from here in the preview window when I'm doing testing of a machine, because that's how I get my settings. When you do a material test, what happens is you get a general idea of how it cuts, and you get a general idea of how it engraves, right? But you need to do quite a few material tests. You have to do the line interval. You got to do all kinds of tests on each material. And I found that I do my basic tests first. So I'll do my cut test, and then I'll do my engrave test, and then I'll go back and start doing other things before I finish my material tests, like this. So you can see here that when I did this one up here, this was right off of the material test. Should have came out perfect, right? because that was the one that I picked from the material testing, but it didn't. So then I changed it and finally got what I was looking for on this bamboo. So then, of course, I did line engraving on this side to see how that one would come out. That one I had a pretty good guess because I had already done all of these. Then I did a fill engraving on this one. This one came out really nice on the bamboo. It's got a real deep feeling to it. And then I did a couple of images, and I'm not finished with the images yet. But you can see the detail is starting to come out in the image. And I think the next test that I do, it's going to come out perfect. I did try the offset fill, as you can see, around the outside. And I do notice there are some inconsistencies with the machine, with the engraving. So if you take a look at the offset fill, you'll see that it's lighter in the middle than it is on the ends on all four sides. And I think one of the reasons for that is because you don't have a max and min power. It uses Gerbil, so you use the regular Lightburn core license, and that doesn't give you the option for max and min power. So you have to yes, it's a CO2, but it has diode limitations to it in the software. So let me take a look at the questions. You see, we have Jim has come into the green room. We'll bring him on in just a minute. Let's see what we got going on here. I saw a question earlier that I wanted to pop up. Somebody was asking, and I'm not finding it now. Someone was asking if anyone's... Where the heck is it now? Oh, here it is. So Mick is asking who's going to the next level laser conference or makers conference in Dallas. I'm going. So if any of you guys are going, I'll see you there. Let's see. There was something else in here. Hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button. I also have a fundraiser going tonight, if you saw that in the comments. And that's because I'm going to be doing first week of September, going to be doing another image contest like we did last time for another $50 gift card. So I'm hoping that I can raise enough funds where it doesn't cost me money to do these. Let's see. What else do we have in here? Somebody else asked another question. Something about the Lumos. Oh, here it is. Have you done any further testing on the Lumos Ultra? No, but I'm about to do another video because they recently came out with some new software. So I've been a little too busy. I've got 3 lasers that I'm testing right now. And I just haven't had the time to do anything more with the Lumos Ultra. I do have to do a video on the Lumos Flex before I do the Lumos Ultra, so that'll probably be a while. Tony's saying, I haven't been able to work on the program because I'm still fighting a 47. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that tonight because that's something that's private. Excuse me. So he's talking about a software program that I have in beta right now for people that run lasers, and we're not going to talk about that quite yet. That should be available coming the first of the year. It's going to be something that all of you are going to be extremely interested in, and the amount of functions that are in it and the way it tracks your work and your settings and things like that, along with the features for preparing images, you're all going to love it. But that's not really coming until January, so we're not going to talk about that yet, Tony. I've got a bunch of beta testers that are testing it right now. Santa is saying, just curious, why bamboo for a test? Well, because I'm creating a Lightburn library for it. So the next person that gets the machine is going to have a complete library where they won't have to do any of the testing on their own. Do you have, Engrave It Legacy is asking, do you have a video of you testing double layer acrylic? I don't even know what that is. I've never had any double layer acrylic, and I certainly haven't tested it. All right, let's see what else. Okay, so Papa's Woodworking is saying, thoughts on the Reno 65 Vision Pro. I really don't have very many good thoughts on anything that's made by Montport, for several different reasons. So I don't have one, and I don't have any thoughts on it. Not double layer. Okay, did I read that wrong? No, I don't think I read it wrong. It says it right there. Double layer acrylic. Personally, I think you should do more pew-pew grips. You remember that live stream. Yeah, I did a set of brass grips for a 1911 with skulls on them from during a live stream on the Fiverr. Double color. Okay, I don't have any double color either. So I haven't even seen double color acrylic. Are you going to try quarter? Yeah. So yeah, I'm building an entire library for this. So listen, we got Jim waiting in the green room. So let me bring him in and say hello. He's probably fallen asleep back there by now. Hey, Jim. Welcome.
Hey, everybody. How are you?
How you
How
doing?
are you, Rich?
I'm doing okay. Jim just got off of his live stream. So if you don't know it, he's trying to grow it. Jim, tell him a little bit about the live stream that you guys do.
I partnered up with Jeremy over at HDL Customs, and we're just trying to make a channel to where we can hopefully get a bunch of beginners in that just want to learn, like we all have to right at the beginning, and just be able to walk them through some of the simpler stuff. Because, you know, as what I've seen over the years, you get these guys that are really good makers. They forget about they had to learn too.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's what we're trying to do is just do some of the simple stuff. I'm definitely going to use the stuff that Rich has taught me over the years. And, you know, there's some stuff that Rich has taught me that I've fine-tuned. You know, but without his patience and his direction, you know, I'd have given up on doing whatever it was at that time. So, yeah, that's what our channel's about.
Nah, you wouldn't have given up.
Probably not.
Okay, Mick is asking, I have a business question. Anyone use QuickBooks type software for their laser business that isn't subscription based? I have my own spreadsheet that I made that I can export to QuickBooks for my accountant, or I should say my bookkeeper. But yeah, I don't. There used to be one I think called Thunderbird or something like that. No, that's the email program. I forget what it was called, but I think most all of them are subscription based nowadays. You know, and I would definitely not recommend QuickBooks to anybody. Michael is saying, I'm interested in buying the alien cell, but I haven't seen anybody use the rotary tool for that machine in the software. I don't see a rotary option for the machine. Well, that's probably because the rotary tool hasn't shipped yet. So I believe it was supposed to ship 7 days ago, from what I heard, the riser and the rotary tool. And I don't see any rotary option for the machine. Well, you plug it in on the outside of the machine into one of the accessory ports. But I don't think anybody has the rotary tool yet. I haven't gotten mine. When Alien Cell, Desert Racer saying, when Alien Cell releases their rotary, will you be making a video on setup and running? Yeah, when I get it. Okay, Jim, this one's for you.
Oh, it's Max.
Laser and resin.
Yeah, that's what he said. Holy crap. I'm telling you, it has been, 2 weeks now of over 100-degree heat. I've got 28 or 30 fires burning all the way around me. Our air quality, well, I'd rather stick my head in the garbage can. I think this morning I woke up, it was 180 was the whatever the meter they call that. Yeah, just breathing poison. But yeah, it's Max Laser and Resin. You can't miss it. Yellow triangle, little alien dude.
That's MACS.
Yep.
All right, so let's take a look at what I'm going to be doing tonight. I am using the Creatororally wood to make a music note. One of the cool things about this, if you have a diode laser, so Creatororally makes their material specifically for diode lasers, and on the back of their cover sheet, they've got all of the settings. So, all of the presets that they've tested. So, I've got a link in the description if you guys want to go check it out. This is what I'm going to be doing tonight. I'm going to be doing a music note, and I was going to do it in white and black, but now I'm going to do it in white, purple, and black, because I just want to see how that comes out, the white, purple, and black. So there's 4 layers to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be a quick project because it's just cutting. So it shouldn't take more than just a couple minutes. And they stack on top of each other, and I think it'll be a nice project. I am going to use the black for the top, though, because that's where the piano keys are. So that is the project for tonight. Also, the reason why I started a material test with this on the cork is because one of my friends is asking me for a set of these coasters. So I'm also going to run 3 more of these. I have a little stand for 4 of them. So we're going to do 3 more Navy anchor coasters. And one thing I have to say about the new version 2.1 is that I've never done the camera calibration in this version. I haven't done a video on it yet, but I did it on this machine, and I got to tell you that calibration went smooth, and it seems to be spot on. So this was done using the camera in Lightburn, and it's absolutely perfect. Let me show you real quick. So if we take a look here, let me make this full screen so that you guys can see it. And I'll come over to the camera tab, and this is the camera right here, overhead USB. So if I just pull down that menu, it's going to say waiting for device. Oh, you know what? I don't have the laser turned on. Let me go turn it on real quick. might help.
Maybe.
Let me open up the door. Nope, I can't open the door because then you won't see the camera. There we go. So now you can see that it gives you a shot of the camera. One thing I don't like about Lightburn version 2.1 is that you can't take the overlay off the screen. So once I hit update overlay, if I bring the transparency up, so you can see it. I mean, it's got a really nice picture and all, but there's no way to take the overlay off. So you have to slide the transparency all the way down, which I guess is not a big deal, you know, but there should be another button here, you know, to turn it back off again. But you can just slide this down like that. But I would prefer if we could turn it on and off. So now that overlay is going to be there for the rest of the video. So that is the project, that the two projects that I'm going to do tonight. Let me get back to the comments real quick so we don't get too far off. Fudd saying I'm almost at the point of selling enough grip blanks to need better accounting software. Yeah. Yeah, you do need to really keep track of everything that you're doing. I wrote a spreadsheet about 5 years ago. So that's how I account for everything. It's easy to make a spreadsheet. You can, if you have Excel, you can go online and just ask Google, how do I make an accounting spreadsheet? It'll walk you through it. American Wanderer, lifelong sign maker, new to lasers. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Three Sun Sign says the rotary for Alien Cell is going to ship toward the end of the month. That's what I was told last night. That's what I was told a month ago. So you know how these things are. You know, I know that they've had it and they've been testing it for over 2 months now. Thanks, Mick. That's one of my old designs from a long time ago. I sold that on Redbubble and Creative Fabrica and a couple other websites. And I haven't used that one in about 4 years. So I ran across it the other day and I said, oh, I need to make one of those. So that's why I'm going to do it tonight. I'm just saying my Rolly is still great, but when my Lumos Ultra eventually comes to the UK, will the Rolly be affected if I upgrade Lightburn? No. So it doesn't matter. Lightburn Core is for the Lasermatic, and Lightburn Pro is for everything else. But Lightburn Pro is also for everything. So it makes no difference. Hey, John. Good to see you. I haven't talked to you for a while. I meant to call you the other night. I'm still working on that video that we're going to partner on. So I haven't gotten to the other shop lately. Probably going to be another week or so. Thanks for stopping in. All right. So, Jim, I know you were making business cards a little while ago, weren't you?
Yeah. So a buddy of mine owns a slot car track. And I'm making
hang on a second. Hold on.
I'm just making these for him.
Oh, yeah.
Got his logo on there.
Cool.
Yeah. So they race out there every Saturday, and then 2 or 3 of the big races they have out there during that night are big money races, and he ends up giving the tag away. Of course, you know, just like all my friends, he calls up and says, "Hey, I'm going to need some more business cards." And I said, "Well, are you out?" And he goes, "Well, yeah." So, you know.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Sherry's saying, I have a Mirror 9. Which version of Lightburn should I use? That uses the Pro license, the Eon Mirror 9. It's hard to say that. Eon Mirror 9. Yeah, you need to have the Pro license for that. That's a DSP controller. All right, I'm going to get started. Let me see. I have a camera on the inside, so normally I'd be able to run 2 of these at a time, but that camera cuts down on my space. So I'm only going to be able to run 1. I'm going to run the first white one. So let me get that set up. And the first white one is going to be this one. I'm going to flip this one. I'm going to press the period key, flip it sideways like that. And let me just make sure that, what is the width? 11 point, wow, that's going to be tight. All right, so let me dock it up in the top corner. Actually, let me get these out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, that's better. Oh yeah, that'll fit on there. So I don't know if you, go ahead.
Like a glove. Look at that. That'll fit.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but you see that orange framing square that's in there? What I did was I took a piece of acrylic and I dropped it onto the bed and I moved it all the way to the top until it hit a dead stop, and moved it all the way to the left until it hit a dead stop. And then what I did was I just drew 2 lines and set the 2 lines at the 0, 0 position. So when I ran that cut, I can now comfortably work from the 0, 0 position and know that it's going to be perfect on that board. So it's just a little framing jig that I made for it. So let me go back to Lightburn real quick. And I do have a little extra space here. So I will move this over just a bit and down just a bit. And then I should have enough room to flip it over and do the other white one. Let's see, do I have another white one? Yeah, I do. I have this one over here. So, okay. That looks perfect. And the only thing I have to do is just set my cuts and layers. And this is Creatororally, so I do have setting for that, Creatororally. This is the 3mm. I'm going to use the cut yellow because I haven't tested the white yet. So eventually I'll have all the different colors in here. But we're going to cut using the one that I did for the yellow. So I'll click assign there, and that should be good to go. Now, the only thing I do have to do real quick, I do have to get up and turn on my Fume Extractor. Their air purifier, and that's what I'm using tonight. And if you remember last week, I said, well, maybe the week before, I said that I wasn't really impressed with it, but because there was some smell, and I don't know, maybe it had to break in, but now I'm not getting any smell from it whatsoever. So it's working well. The only complaint I have about it is that it's very loud. So when I compare it to the Alien Cell air purifier, there's a huge difference. I can hardly hear the Alien Cell. Plus, the Alien Cell has automatic controls that you set in the software to whatever percentage you want. This one is just on and off. Now, there is buttons on the front where you can change the power, but you have to do that manually. I do have a remote for this type of air purifier in the other shop. I'm going to actually bring it here and see if it works on this one. That would be a big plus if it does. then I could change the power, from engraving and cutting. But anyway, let me get this job started real quick. Just check. Okay. Gonna hit start. Have you focused? No. Oop. Yep. Big no. Let me move the laser head to there. Oh, it's not connected. There we go. We'll move the laser head to here. Come over to the macros and hit focus. That's why I put that reminder in there, because I do always forget to focus. So have you focus? Yes. Air purifier on? Yes. So I'll hit start. And that'll get this job started. And hopefully the cut setting is the same for the white as it is for the yellow.
Rich, what machine are you using?
Wait, I can't hear you, Jim. What'd you say?
I said, which machine are you using?
It's the Ikier Master CO2 50 watt. Yeah, you can say that again. Definitely don't want to inhale any acrylic fumes.
No.
But I did find that so far I've cut acrylic on this and I haven't smelled anything, so that's a good sign. But now you guys can see why I'm a fan of using absolute coordinates, because it positions your work absolutely. Chris is saying after a terrible night of sleep last night, I think I'm going to head to the bed. No, you can't. Not yet. We're not done. Have a good night, Chris. All right. So the return to finish position on this does work. And now we're going to find out if the white, I probably should have raised the power because white reflects the laser beam. We're going to find out if it cut through. Did not cut all the way through everywhere. So rather than force it out, I don't think some parts of it will be able to be forced out. So I'm just going to go back to Lightburn and hit start one more time. And that's another thing I like about this is that you don't have to refocus. So all I do is hit start and just run the whole job again. But this is the part where what happened to my camera? Looks like my camera froze. Yeah, my camera froze. Well, it is cutting. That camera, for some reason, is not transmitting. It's a wireless camera. But I do like the fact that it also lets you know when the job is done. So you get a little beep from the control panel on the machine. And it also lets you know when both jobs are done if you're engraving and cutting.
Huh.
All right, we'll wait for that to finish. Not sure what happened there. It's just frozen. That's okay. There goes the beep. So let me go and check it again. Still a lot of smoke. That's something.
Yeah, Crosscats. I use boxes PY quite a bit.
What was that?
CrossX Cats. They just discovered boxes PY. I'm like, yeah, I use that quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
I built boxes for my son for shipping his knives.
Okay, well, apparently the white is quite a bit different than the yellow. As you can see, I wasn't about to run it again just for that one spot. But what I'll do is I'll just get out my trusty little knife and just scrape off the edge. That's really surprising that there's that much of a difference. I mean, 2 passes should have cut through that easily. But I'll change those settings. Yeah, there we go. That cleaned it up pretty quick. The good thing about this is the little brown marks on here are easy to take care of. I just need a paper towel and a little bit of water, and they wipe right off. So at least we got the first one done. Let me go back, and that camera's not working. You know what? I'm gonna reboot that camera while I'm doing this. See if that fixes it. All right. Let's give that a second. Yep, there go. It's rebooting now, so that's good. All right, so the next one that I have to do is another white one. Oh, and this one's a lot more complicated. Let me get this one out of the way. Come back to my camera, update the overlay. Nope, I have the door open. All right, now I can update the overlay. Now this one is going to go, I'm going to dock it to the top, and yeah, it does fit. Okay, so that's perfect. And I'll just give it move it just a little bit like that. Actually, I should probably move it down here, save space. And now the question is, what should I do here? I'm going to bring this down to, being that 2 passes didn't do the trick, I think I'm going to bring it down to 19 and Let me do 19 at 85, just to be safe. Say okay. All right, and I don't have to focus.
It's good, Tony. I didn't get my finger in. Didn't get my finger in the laser. I've done that once. It didn't take me long to look at it. No, it's all good.
What happened to your hand?
Oh, I was holding the card down. And I was making a joke with Jeremy and said, you know, when you hold your card down because it's starting to warp, you should probably make sure your finger's out of the way of the laser. Tony was worried I cut myself open. I was like, well, it's a laser, so you know it cauterized it at the same time, so we're all right.
I'm just going to focus on this point one more time just to make sure. Hopefully this one will work better. I don't know. I guess I could go faster in 2 passes, but whatever. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So the camera is working again. This one is a little more complicated than the last one, although it's not too bad. It looks like it's cutting through. Hopefully it is. You know, white is always going to be harder than any other color to cut. I see one piece fell out.
Yeah, it looks like the body of the hand.
The circle at the bottom fell out as well.
Yeah.
So
I think
that
you got her.
should have done the trick, and I can add this to my material library. Let me go take a look. All right, that one came out fine. And I think, so that's the 2 whites. Let me go back over to Lightburn. And let me get this one out of the way. This one is also labeled white, but I'm going to do this one in a different color. Yeah. I'm just going to do the top layer in black. So let me go put a different color in the machine. I'm going to use the blue and purple. It's two different colors, depending on how the light hits it. for this one, I'm going to give it a try anyway. And let me update the overlay. And then on this, I'm going to press the period key and dock it up in the top left corner. Oh, this one's much smaller. I can move this one out a bit. See, if you lower the opacity, you can still see the border of the wood. All right, I'm not going to use that setting, but what I am going to do real quick is I'm going to come to Creatororally, and on the 3mm, I'm going to just edit description and then cancel that so that it remembers it. And now I'm going to bring this one in as a new layer, create new, and 3mm cut, and we're going to call this one white, cut white. There we go. So now I have the two. Oh, you guys can't see this, can you? Sorry about that. There we go. So now you can see what I did over here. I just added the cut white to the library. But on this purple, I should be able to get away with the cut yellow. So I'm going to assign the cut yellow. So that's 2375. It's a lot less. Hopefully it's going to work. I mean, it worked on the yellow. It should work on the purple. So, and then just for fun, I'm just going to move the laser head over here and hit that focus button one more time. I don't have to because it remembers the focus, but it just makes me feel more comfortable. And then let's go back to cameras, and then I'll get this job started. That does not look like it's cutting all the way through. That's surprising. I see some smoke coming out the bottom, but there's too much smoke coming out the top.
What's going to say? Yeah, I don't think
all that smoke should be coming out the bottom.
Yep.
No, Tony. Every laser is affected by color. Hello, Diane. The material is Creatororally painted and finished wood. There's a link in the description if you want to go check it out with a discount coupon. Oh, that's good. Crossix Cat says, I need to get Lightburn to look way better. My main board is just too junky to run. To run it, we'll have to upgrade.
I think I still got a copy of 1.2 somewhere in my files.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's cutting all the way through now. And that is one thing that I've noticed about this laser is that there are inconsistencies, like I mentioned earlier. So what works in one spot doesn't work in another. I've already checked the knife bed. It's totally level. So it's definitely not that. When I did that offset fill that I showed you earlier, that really showed up there. But I think that was because it doesn't have a max minimum power because it's running Gerbil. This was really a bad one to do this on too. All right, it does look like some of it cut through. Let's go find out. Give it a minute for the smoke to clear out. Nope, not even close. You guys saw it. So I think what I'll do is I'll just go back and assign the same as I had for the white. So click on cut white, click assign, and come back to the laser and run this job one more time. That's the nice thing about having that little framing square in there, is that you can take the piece out and check it, and there we go. That's better. Now all the smoke is coming out the bottom. You can take your work piece out, check it. If it didn't cut all the way through, just drop it right back on the bed and hit start again. Diane, this is the Ikier Max. That one right there. No, Ben, that's not the one laser. The one laser 38 watt would cut right through this at a much faster speed. Hey, if any of you guys want to join us in the live stream, there's a QR code that you can scan and you can join us live. And if you want to join on your computer, you can follow that link right there at the top of the screen. Yeah, it's torching this one.
I was going to say, boy, that looks like it's backflashing a lot.
Yeah.
Of course, Jack, you know that guy. That's Rich.
Where have you been, Jack? I haven't seen you lately. Yeah, so if any of you guys want, you can scan that QR code with your phone and join us live, or you can go to hguide.us/live and join on your computer. Yeah, George, I've always been able to do this on every laser that I use regularly. I always cut out a framing square from the 0-0 position, and then I run everything in absolute coordinates. This is not the MDF core, so that's why I'm surprised. This is the wood core product, so it should be cutting out a lot better. I know that when I do this on the one laser, I can do it at much faster speed, and that's 38 watts. This is 50. But the one laser is an RF, and this is a CO2, a glass CO2. Glass tube, excuse me. Howdy, Rob. It says, I'm not experienced enough to be online. You don't have to be experienced. Just come on and talk. All right, let me go check this. I know this cut through.
Diane, if I can do it, trust me, you're going to be a hero at it. Jump on. Ask questions. Yoda loves to answer questions, people.
Okay, so this one that I just put on is black obsidian, and for the top one, it's got the piano keys on it. So let me come back to Lightburn and get rid of this. Grab the black one, hit the period key, flip it over, dock it in the top left corner. I also haven't done a cut test on this either, although this should be the easiest to cut.
Yeah, it should be.
I'm going to leave it where it is, just to make sure. Yeah, I'm going to leave it where it is. And I'm just going to refocus just because I'm just in the habit of doing that now. So go ahead and refocus.
George, it's in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Big green box right above the live counter. Oh, the fundraiser.
The fundraiser is at the top of the chat, or it should be. All right, so let me hit start. Yes. That's how it's supposed to look. Shouldn't be any smoke coming in from the off the top. And that's all coming out the bottom. So that's a good setting for the black. It's probably actually a little bit too high. Because you can see the smoke coming back up the cracks. But that's okay. I'd rather it cut all the way through than not cut through at all.
Hey, Rich, I ran all the way back up to the top of the chat, and I'm not seeing a link in there for your fundraiser.
I don't know why. Well, you guys, if you want to donate to the effort, you can just send a super chat down at the bottom where you type in your chats. Yeah, that's definitely hot. So on this one and the last one, I'm going to save it and run my material tests again. That way I know every color has the right setting. Because that's definitely way too hot. Should be able to do this in half the time on the black. I was just worried about the obsidian, the sparkle. Oh, while it's doing that, let me run next door and get a couple of clamps. Well, that certainly looked like it was cutting through all the way, but around the corners on those little parts, it didn't cut all the way through. So it looks like nobody wants to join us. So I guess I'll take those things off the screen.
I don't know if Diane was there trying to get in there. She said the queue is closed.
Oh, that could be it. Hang on a second. Let me do that again. Go check on that real quick. I may not have opened the queue. She's right. I did not open the queue. My mistake. Okay, I'll put it back up again.
Oops.
There we go. That was my mistake. Try it again now, Diane. Thank you very much, William. Much appreciated. Any of the super chats that you guys get are going to go toward funding the $50 Amazon giveaway first week of next month. We did one last week, worked out really well, and now I just need to be able to afford to pay for them.
Yeah, Bob. I was sitting here and I was like, "What in the world has sprung a leak?"
Yeah, looks like you did.
Yeah.
All right, so this is where that start from here really comes in and plays an important role.
Oh yeah, I've used that a lot.
I'm just going to raise this up to 22, and we'll start the job again. Mick says that no one wants to see him sitting up in bed. I know how that feels recovering from back surgery. I went through 3 of them. Diane, I went in and invited you.
That's what I'm working on, Richard. These are just little business cards. My buddy owns a slot car racing track, and he gives these away as awards. We've got some other stuff in the works, but he was out, so.
Thank you, Dave. Much appreciated.
Of course, it's a rush order now.
Thanks, Mick. I think I'm pretty much fully recovered from it now. That was last year. Thank you, Ben. Much appreciated. A couple more and we'll fund that $50 gift card for next month. That's the trouble spot right there. It looks like it's working.
It is always a rush order.
It seems that when this goes around corners, it has trouble.
Is it like, does it drop off its power, or?
Yeah, that's what it seems to be. Like when I do my material cuts, all of the corners cut perfectly, my material tests. And, the sides don't. So I guess that's a problem with using a G-code controller in the firmware. Making a music note, Bob.
Yeah, sure. We were done before noon. And then I'm thinking so. Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
All right. Well,
Perfect. Okay, what time? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
hang on one second, Diane. Let me.
Oh.
Your mic is still on there.
Oh.
Hello, Diane.
Hello.
Good to see you.
No, I haven't.
Well, we're listening to Jim's conversation right now.
Hi.
I need to start comparing my list. So anyway,
It's nice to see you.
I'm on the middle of a live, so bye.
Yeah, I can't mute him from now.
Ugh,
That was a good conversation, Jim. We heard the whole thing.
perfect. Me and the president, we're working some deals out.
Thank you, Dave. Much appreciated. So, how are you doing tonight, Diane? It's good to see you. I've never seen you before. It's good to see you.
I'm trying to see if I have an echo.
No, you sound fine. Oh, let me get my camera. I still have the other camera on. No, you sound good.
Sounds fine on my end.
What are you working on?
Actually, I'm finishing up this layered wood.
Very nice. Yeah.
I was a little worried about like shrinking it a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But it's on that program. I made the first one and it was large, and now I'm trying to see what a smaller version would look like. I have no idea how much to charge for this.
When I do my layered things, I charge $39.
Oh, that's good to know.
Thank you, George. Much appreciated.
The first one I made was kind of like from the pattern I got from Etsy. My mom wanted to give it away, but now I'm going to try my own color scheme and things like that.
Right.
But what I really want to talk to you about, do we have a moment?
Yeah, we do.
So I like trying all kinds of strange things. This is clear acrylic.
Yeah.
That I can stick in a light thing down below.
Yeah.
And I've tried to engrave. Yeah.
That's the same one.
You get that because I can't get it. I was also trying to cut acrylic.
Yeah, but you're working on a diode laser.
Yeah.
You can't do either of them. Well, you can actually engrave that, but you'd need to coat it first with something like maybe black tempera paint, something like that, and then you'll be able to engrave it. But you definitely can't cut it on a diode.
See, I buy things and then I'm like, okay, how do I get this to work?
Yeah,
is that the same for any acrylic?
Yeah, the diode, the frequency of the diode laser, it doesn't see the acrylic, goes right straight through it. So that's why I say if you coat it with some black tempera paint, then you'll be able to at least engrave it, because it'll be taking off the paint and it'll do the engraving at the same time. But other than that, you'll never cut clear because a diode laser will never see the acrylic. Just go right straight through it.
Well, my husband will be thrilled to hear that I have to buy another machine. I
Tell him it's a sickness, Diane. It's just a sickness.
Yes, it is. Eric is saying, is it possibly slowing in the corners, giving you a deeper cut? Yeah, that's exactly what it's doing. So, it's just not. CO2 lasers don't work well with Gerbil controllers. So I had the same thing with the K40. K40 did the same exact thing. And that was the Monport K40 with the Gerbil controller.
Holy, that was years back, Rich.
That was, yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Jack is saying that diodes will cut black acrylic, but not light or clear. So anything that's completely opaque, you know, I can cut on the diode. I can cut black. I can cut yellow. I can cut red, but it has to be a solid color. You know, if it's a solid color, you'll be able to cut it. Different settings. Black is the best. It's the easiest to cut. Red was the second easiest. Yellow is the third, but you have to go slow and hot.
Yep.
Yeah. I got some. No, I don't think I have them right here.
Yeah, she was asking about clear.
Very thin acrylic, like really thin, paper thin. I was able to cut around that. I didn't try clear though. But
you'll never
I
cut
had
the
to go
clear.
really slow on that one.
Yeah, you'll never cut the clear. The only thing you can do with clear is melt it.
I need a new machine. Now, how do I tell my husband that?
Tell him to give me a call. George, no, you can't put the black paper on the back. That'll melt the bottom part of it. But if you paint the top with a tempera paint, it's a big, huge bottle of it at Walmart is like $1.50. So,
Yeah, now can you remove that paint after it's done?
tempera paint,
Yeah.
tempera paint is like a school paint, you know, for
Yeah.
school kids. So it washes right off just with plain water. You don't need any detergent or anything like that.
I'll need to steal some from my art cupboard.
Do you have a list of material you shouldn't cut with a laser? I started one and kept by my machine. What are some of that you know of? There are actually quite a few that I know of, acrylic being one of them. You know, you want to make sure that you're using cast acrylic. If you're not using cast acrylic, and now the one that Diane just showed, show it again, Diane, that white, the clear one. Now that is like an oddity. So I have a bunch of those, and that has a clear liner on the top. Usually the acrylic that's okay to cut has paper liner, you know, a paper mask, but that particular one that she's got has a clear liner on the top, and that's, I think, the only one I've ever seen. So if it's got the clear liner on top, that's definitely something that you should avoid. If you go on my forum, lahobbyguy.com, I have a whole list of things that you shouldn't cut. Everything from you know, acrylic to PVC to lots of other things. Yeah, there you go. So that's the only one, the only cast acrylic I know of that comes with a clear masking on it. Usually it's got paper on it. And almost all the time, is all the acrylic I've ever bought, if it has paper on it, it's cast. But you should always check and with the manufacturer. So yeah, Jack is saying PVC. PVC is a definite no-no. The gases that PVC off gases are the same gases that were used in World War II to kill the enemy. So it's a chlorine gas. So you definitely don't want to cut PVC for sure. But I have a whole list of materials, you know, a whole page long on my forum that you can print out.
I only bought a few of these, and when I looked, it did say laser engraving, but I am going to go back and verify that.
Yeah.
Because maybe I ordered the wrong thing. But
so I have the exact ones that I just showed you a minute ago.
Yeah.
That's this right here.
Uh-huh.
It's the same exact one. And diode lasers just can't engrave it. So even if it says that you can engrave it, you can't. So anything that's clear, you can't engrave unless you have some type of accelerator on the top. and you're engraving that off, which in turn causes the heat underneath to frost the acrylic. So that's the only way you can do it. I'm gonna get my other.
I was gonna say thank you, Mick. That's why I bought a CNC router machine. It's still in the box. But I've been
CNC will do it.
learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning how to make frames to go along with some of the other stuff and make it more rounded, like a top layer. That was my intent, but I'm finding I can do so much more.
Let's see. Ken is saying I had a problem when using the art libraries. Did not know it did not save the settings. There are only a couple of times, and I've probably discussed this in about 8 or 9, 10 videos, where when you create an art library, if you go over to your material library after you've created it and click Save Library, it guarantees that it's saved. But it's only happened to me a couple of times, and even the guys at Lightburn say that it shouldn't happen. So, no, that's a different issue, Jack. He actually emailed me about it, and when he imported files to his art library, it didn't save them. So I don't know if it's a computer issue or what. It's happened to me a couple of times where I had to go to the material library and click save. But that hasn't happened in years for me. The last time that happened was Lightburn version 0.96 for me. But I'm going to do the rest of these. So I've got one that's already done. And while these are running, this one's done. I need to make 3 more for my friend. And while these are running, I'm going to put together my music note. I'm going to glue it together. So you guys keep talking. I'm going to go over into Lightburn. If anybody else wants to join, scan the QR code or go to that website if you're on your computer and ask to join there. And you can come and join us live. It's a lot of fun, isn't it, Diane?
Yeah.
I know it's your first time and you're probably a little shy, but you'll get used to it.
I actually asked you a lot of questions about keeping the alien cell a little bit cleaner. I mean, I'm expecting dust. That's not the problem, but I was wondering the filter part on top, which I ordered and love. I just love it. It keeps my
the air purifier.
Not the air purifier. The little filter that goes on top of the machine or the laser.
I don't know about that.
It had a blue filter on top, and I took the top fan layer.
Oh, you mean from Jeremy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great addition to it. Yeah. So
all mine have it.
Yeah. You see.
So I'm looking at
this is my own version of it.
Oh yeah.
But it's the same thing that Jeremy did. And I have this on all of my modules.
Well, I love my alien cell. I mean, there's a couple of things like I wish they had more colors for the layers. Like Lightburn has 26.
Yeah.
I am just really excited to get the rotary. I've already purchased it. I'm just waiting for it to come.
Right.
I was hoping it to come. So I'm a school teacher. And so I thought I have all these mugs and I've never tried it. So I thought maybe I'll give all my students a mug for Christmas and try it out.
Well, they told me they were supposed to ship 8 days ago. And now
really?
somebody else said that they postponed it until the end of this month. So maybe at the end of the month. I'm going to get set up in Lightburn. you guys can keep talking while I set up my coasters. Oh, I have to go put them in the machine first.
Hey, look, it's Pop Pop. I haven't seen Pop Pop in a month of Sundays.
Yeah, but he's late.
What I would like to know from those people who have businesses, how do you determine a price of a project? I'm getting ready to set up my own business, and I want to go do some craft fairs. I'm a full-time teacher, but one day I can retire. I could actually retire today if I wanted to, but can't really afford it. So I'd like to know, how do you determine the price of a project?
I base it on the amount of, first I figure out how much my time is worth. That's number one. And then I always take my time, the cost of the materials, and then I just double it. That's
Okay.
my formula. Everybody's got their own different formula. You know, thank you, Engrave Legacy. Just became a member. Appreciate that. And Jack's got a suggestion here. He looks at the market rate. And I don't know if you can really find a market rate when you're doing one-offs, you know, things like that. But you can go on Etsy and see what some similar items are selling for.
Yeah.
All right, let me get this set up in my software. Oh, I see my blue light filter is on. It's making my screen yellow. Is my screen yellow?
Yeah, it's a little tan color.
Yeah, my blue light is on. All right, so I put that on at night. All right, so there's my overlay. Let me get this music note out of the way. Bring in my coaster file.
Thank you, Kate. She said, good question. I do mine out of fun and to keep my mind sane. I do vendors events, but I'm what you call a nickel and dime person. Right now, that's what I do.
Let me put that on the screen. And mixing, make sure that you make a quality product. That's for sure.
That's right. Yeah, when you're making these products, if it's your design and it's your time in it, and it looks really good, you should get paid a decent price for
Yeah.
it. You know,
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I do my hats. My hats are flat out. They're $25 across the board.
So this is probably the most important answer right here.
What's that?
And that's don't race to the bottom.
No, dude, do not race to the bottom. Hold your ground. My hats are $25. I'm a hat snob. I give out good quality hats. I use good quality laserette. And yeah, I don't budge. Most of my cutting boards are anywhere between $35 and $65, depending on what kind of artwork they want on them. But and then people will say, "Well, you go and you buy your boards," and I'm like, "Yeah," because for me to go buy a slab of the acacia that I like to use for making my cutting boards, I would have to sell a 12 by 15 cutting board for $80 to make any money. They have jacked the prices up on just a slab. So I'll go, heck, I'll buy boards from another company just so I can keep it in that $45 to $65 range for people, which is a good price. I don't get hurt on it. I sand them. I sand them to a 300. I clean them up really good. I oil them. I do the first 2 coats of oil on them. I send a little card with them, tell them what I used. So, yeah. And I do pretty well.
All
but
right.
Don't ever sell yourself short.
I have gone ahead, and this one we're going to run at 800 millimeters per second and 40% power, and that's straight from my library.
So this is the new machine, and you're running cork.
Yes, this is the Ikier Master, 50 watt CO2.
The Master. Hi, Kate Beasley.
Kate saying, I am no ways as good as these guys. I do Christmas ornaments, charge $25 for a set of 4. Yeah, if you're happy with that and you're making money, that sounds like a good price. I mean, I'd probably charge between $25 and $29. The coasters, no matter what coaster it is, you know, I usually charge about $60 for a set of 8. So
for a set of 8.
Way too many people competing to make $1 with their late. That's absolutely not true.
Nope.
I stay in my wheelhouse, CNC machine. But yeah, so that's absolutely not true. When I used to sell 5 years ago, I used to sell on Facebook Marketplace. My prices were double and triple everybody else that was out there, but I put up better pictures. I had better quality products, and people bought my products.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what the competition is.
So right now I'm in the phase of, okay, so I'm trying out different patterns from, you know, like Etsy. There's one, laser files. I'm just trying different things. And I love doing puzzles. So I did this haunted house.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And it lights up.
Wait, hold on. I put you in full screen.
So
holy cow.
I had so much fun. But this was my very first one. So there's things like I'm going, okay, there's an error there, there's an error there. My mom's looking at going, there's no errors.
That's right. Don't point them out.
Just that came out beautiful.
That is awesome.
Kate's becoming Diane's becoming an expert.
No, I'm not.
Look at that. I'm telling you.
I just had so much fun because I love to do puzzles. So I made these, and I had made 3 of them, and there was one that was a major error. So my mom took that one, but my daughter's like, can I have the purple one? And I'm like, yeah. So I'm planning on making some more of these. This was not that hard. This one I made as the instructions, but as I've learned where pieces go and stuff like that, I can alter things and do things different. So that's why I make my very first ones and kind of give them away. But I know that one took me a lot longer than my second one.
Oh,
but that was a lot of fun to make. And I think, Kate, you could probably make more than... I mean, that's just some pieces you just have to figure out where to go. I'm just trying to find a place for it.
Well, I'm hoping that my camera alignment is as good as I think it is. It worked out fine on the first one. We're going to find out in a minute. I just got up and took a look. It looks okay. Let's see.
I have to go back to the comment that Bud had made back up there about there's way too many people competing in the lasers.
That's just not true.
I live in a town that is 14,000, maybe 15,000, and what I know of is 13 lasers in town, of which I know most of, and probably 5 of them have big commercial contracts, so they do whatever's on that commercial end.
Right.
The other ones that are the hobbyists like myself, they do 1 or 2 items. That's all they do. Like they'll do the mandalas, or they'll do layered projects. They don't do anything else.
Right.
I do everything. I'm like, I'll stick it under a laser and see what happens. So
I would have to disagree with you on this. Laser Focus Promotion saying it's $100 house. I would probably say it's about $150 house.
oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
one thing that you have to remember is that price is a matter of perception.
Yeah.
So if somebody doesn't see the value in the workmanship that's in it, if you take any other product, forget about the laser, with that type of work that's put into it, it's going to be $150 to $300 for a custom item like that.
Yeah, because I hand painted the whole thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Don't sell yourself short. I'm right there with Rich. There was a guy at one of the Christmas bazaars, a 5-layer fish, but the paint job on this thing was phenomenal. His price was a little high. He wanted $175 for it, and it was a little fish like that. I would say $100, yes. But your little house there, how many hours, Diane, do you got into putting that together?
Okay, so the last one I did, it probably took me roughly between 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so at $20 an hour, 5 hours plus your materials is over $100.
Yep.
But see, I'm not a professional.
Doesn't make no difference.
Well, you did a professional job on that one.
Yeah, you did a professional
Look,
job.
I was at a craft show 2 months ago where a guy made these saws on his plasma cutter, and the smallest one was 2 feet, and that was $350.
Okay.
And all it was cutting it out on a plasma cutter and then finishing it. So they were old style tree saws, that had 2 handles on it. Really nice stuff, but not worth the amount of money that he was charging.
Wow.
Yeah, Diane doesn't have any design time because she's purchased the file.
Yeah. And when I purchased the file, I made sure that I'm allowed to sell it. So that's one thing that you want to definitely make sure. But I've gone to 3 farmers markets, and I went to a coffee house that sells for small businesses. A lot of small businesses got things set up in there, and they take like a 5% percentage or something. And I have yet to see anyone that has laser engraving.
Right.
And I'm in a big city. I'm in West Jordan, Utah.
I always see them at the craft shows, but none of them are quality. Listen to what Mick says. If you're doing professional level work and you're selling it, guess what? You're a professional.
Yeah.
I'm not quite selling them yet. I'm still waiting for my federal tax number. And as soon as I get that, I have I have a website. I'm getting a website, but I have an email address, and so I can start getting some business license.
Exactly.
And I'll call it a professional.
Yeah, there's an old saying. I think it was, who was it? Oh, I can't remember who said it, but it goes like this: act as if.
Yeah.
So if you have a bunch of those out on a table in a craft show, everybody that sees them is going to think you're a professional. So act as if.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have a saying as a teacher, it's 10% teaching and 90% acting.
Right. Exactly.
Like you've never heard this story before. You've never seen that science project before.
Right.
Fake it till you make it. Oh, no, wait. No, that's my philosophy.
Yeah, so that's your expenses. And, Fudd's making a good comment here. I crashed a $25 cutter on a $25 part today. Got to factor that in too. Yeah, as you get better at what you do, you're going to have to include your expenses as well. Your cleaning materials, your laser itself.
Your glue.
There's all ways to price it. My favorite way is just taking my time, my materials, and doubling the price. That's my favorite way to do it.
Yep.
Well, this is all good advice.
Yeah, you don't have, Jack is right. You don't have to have an LLC, and you don't have to have an EIN either. So you can do this as a sole proprietor.
If I
But
want to
you're
enter
better off
some of-
having an LLC.
Yeah.
If
Protect yourself.
I want to sell at some of these farmer markets because I am a teacher, I don't want to. I'm doing this for fun, and a teacher's life is very demanding, even off hours.
Of course.
So I want to. They said I had to have I had to have a business license.
Yeah.
But I'm getting better at this so that when I do retire,
Right.
I can, this will be my career.
Cool.
Which involves no kids. No
Yeah,
students.
William, I think you're seeing the camera distortion. I'm gonna leave it run.
Yep. Just let her eat. See what you come out with.
George is saying back to diode and acrylics. Would products like Enduramark or similarly? Okay. If you want to spend $60 or $70 on a can of spray, yeah, they'll work. But if you'd rather spend $1.50 on a big bottle of tempera paint, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I actually have some schools so at my work.
The Enduramark is really for metals. And you can do the same thing with tempera paint on metals as well.
Oh.
I use primer. I use primer paint.
Yeah, you can do that too. But the difference with the tempera is a school paint. So it washes off with water with no scrubbing whatsoever. You just wipe your hand over it and it's all gone.
Until Rich found out I was doing galvanized paint and then burning it off in the shop.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that. The chemicals that come off of galvanizing paint are very toxic.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
And I was going to say, thank you, Mick. I have been double, triple checking all of the state and local requirements.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get in trouble for what I'm doing. But a friend of mine said, do something fun. And my husband just thought, oh, you're going to do this?
Yeah.
And I'm having so much fun that I'm leaving him alone. So he's happy.
Yeah. Pop, check with your accountant because the laws have changed this year. Yep. Jack,
and I do have an accountant standby.
That's good. Yeah, I use tempera on a lot of stuff. So I went to Walmart and, I cracked my wallet open for that big $1.50, and I get them. I think they're 16-ounce bottles for $1.50.
Yeah,
that'll last you for months.
Well, and they're on sale right now too because it's school supplies and people are getting ready to start school.
Yeah. Yeah. So Walmart is cheaper than Walmart. I think the cheapest one I found so far is Michael's. It's like 87 cents.
Oh.
And then Hobby Lobby, it's like $1.19. And Walmart, I think, is $1.48 or something like that.
Those are turning out really nice, Rich.
Yeah, I think that's the camera distortion that Mick was talking about, or someone was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
At least I hope it is, anyway.
We'll find out. All right, kids. I'm gonna bail out of here. I'm gonna go get me some dinner.
All right. Yeah, Jim's been on for a few hours now.
Yeah. Anyway,
all right, Jim. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Yoda. Yeah. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Good seeing you. Kids make aims with tempera paints. You just dunk them in a tub of water a few times. A comes right off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the tempera, is that it just rinses right off. All you do is just wipe it with your hand and it's all gone. All right, we're down to the last coaster. And we're actually 15 minutes over our live stream tonight. So I did find out something else about this laser, is that the advertised speed on it is 800 millimeters per second. And I ran a job earlier today. In fact, it was on my bamboo, the image. And the difference between 600 and 800 millimeters per second was at 600 millimeters per second, it was 3 minutes and 2 seconds. And at 800 millimeters per second, it was 2 minutes and 58 seconds. So there was only a 4-second difference. So as I suspected, the 800 millimeters per second is not accurate. You can run it at 800, but it's really right at about 600. Tempera is a child's glue that they use in school. Diane should know about it.
Yeah, it's actually a water-based paint. We use it at schools because kids are not very organized and clean. So whenever I do a art project, it comes right off with water.
Yep.
And
It comes right off of anything.
And they come in all kinds of colors.
Yeah. So tempera paint is sort of like Elmer's school glue.
Mm-hmm.
It's water soluble. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to wash these off and start assembling it while that job is running. Let me get a paper towel. This way I can show the music note.
Oh, yeah.
Those coasters are finished. All right, let's see. Now, I do have to figure out which way they go, because you can put these on backwards. All right, let's see. I believe.
I know. So I'm one of the beta testers for.
Yeah, we're not talking about that today.
Okay. But I was going to say it's been very helpful. But I have some coasters that I've been doing. I've been trying to come up with some Halloween themes, so that I can go to at least one place and try to get started as soon as I get my business licenses.
Right.
But I'm looking at, how do you, other than like craft fairs and stuff, how do people advertise their businesses?
Wait, you have to say that again, because I have too much noise in here. Go ahead, say it one more time.
I said, I'd like to know, how do people advertise their businesses or their products if they don't go to craft shows?
Well, there are all types of ways that you can do that. Some of the ways that people do it is, I'm sorry, I'm concentrating on.
You're fine. I was looking at the chat.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, Ben says he just bought the one laser. Cool. All right, let's see. Some reason this doesn't look like it's fitting properly. I think I may have a design issue. That's weird, because I sold a lot of these. Oh no, that's working. I was going to say I've sold a lot of these already. It's just me.
Nick, I have checked out Creative Fabrica. Yeah. In fact, if my mom hadn't come over and placed her Christmas order list, I was just right into checking that out. So when I'm done here, I'll get on and look at it again.
Yeah, so I sold on Creative Fabrica for about 2 years. I think my files are still there. So I have probably at least 800 files on there.
Wow.
And all I've done is when I use them myself, I just make a slight change to them because I did give them the license rights to it.
Yeah.
See you, Kate. Have a good night.
Bye, Kate. Ken was saying use a lot of or have a lot of business cards.
All right. So I've wiped all the mess. It comes
Rich,
right off.
I'm going to log off so that you
Okay.
can have the full screen, okay?
Oh,
hey,
that's
thanks
okay.
for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad you stopped by. Thanks so much. On the bottom of your screen, you'll see a little red button.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. All right, so this is what I was saying. It wipes right off any of the overburn. So I'm going to start putting these together while that's finishing up. All right, start gluing this up. And I'm just using some Elmer school glue for this. Any project that I do that stays on the inside, that doesn't go outside, I just use Elmer's school glue. And it looks like my coasters are finished. I'll go over and grab them real quick so I could turn off my air purifier. All right. So as you can see, it was a camera distortion. They did all come out good. That's one. That's two. I'm not going to touch them right now because I do need to give them a quick sweep to get all of the soot off of there. And then usually what I'll do is I'll spray some water on it and let it dry, and that makes the soot stain into the wood. So for now, I'm putting my music note together. I've got 2 of the layers done. And I've got 2 more to go. Got these 2 left to go. And I'm just using, like I said, Elmer's school glue. I go through a lot of this. And I don't put a whole lot on. I just put a little bead, just a small bead around the important parts. When you put too much of this on, it squeezes out, even though it dries clear. That's another thing I like about it. I like to try and not put too much on because it's just not necessary for an indoor project. This will hold for a very long time, permanently. So there is 3 layers done. And of course, it's going to slide around. I haven't put the clamps on yet. It's going to take about 5 minutes once I clamp it. And this is the final top layer. This one is the hardest because it's really thin. What I'll do is I'll put some glue on and spread it out with my fingers. And another reason that they use the Elmer's glue in school is because it's non-toxic. You can actually eat it, not have to worry about it. All right, that should be enough. So I'm just putting a little bit on here, and then I'll just spread it out with my finger. I know you guys can't see this, but it's all spread out. Put this one on top. And now comes the hard part, getting everything lined up. And voila, we have our music note. And this spot up here where you see the white is supposed to be showing. So that's all perfectly positioned. And now what I'll do, if you want to see the side there, you can see they're lined up. I'll start putting my clamps on. And this part is the tricky part because everything tends to move when you put a clamp on it. But if you just give it a minute or two before you clamp it, it should stay in place. Just make sure that this part is in place. That all looks good. I'll put one over here. And then this one needs to move just a little bit. Put a third one on the bottom there. And just check my positioning. I'm just adjusting this part in the middle to make sure all of these are equal. Do have to move this black one just a bit. And now I just take my finger and wipe off any excess that leaked out. Make a final adjustment here and there. And that is perfect. Ooh, that's heavy. It's heavy now. I have a little bit of glue up here. Now, I'm not too worried about the glue because it's going to dry clear, but may as well try and get as much as you can off of it before it actually dries, even though it dries clear. And that's another thing I really like about the Elmer's glue is that it takes about 5 minutes to really set up. So you always have time to move your pieces around slightly. There you can see that those are pretty lined up. All right, let's set that down off to the side. Give it about 3 or 4 minutes. And when I do this, I always squeeze it. You can hear the air coming out. I squeeze it 4 or 5 times before I lock it down. And then if you just wipe the top, you're able to use these all the way to the end. You won't ever have a clog if you just run some air back and forth a couple of times. And that's it for the glue. And just to cover the coasters again. So I'm not going to touch them because I still have to clean them. But this is the set of coasters. Got 4 of these. All 4 are the same. All 4 are centered. It's ready to be cleaned. and ready to give to my friend. So the only thing I have to do now, I'm just going to take my spray bottle of water, just clear water. I'm going to hold it over the garbage can, spray it down, shake it off, and then I'm just going to lay it on the counter for overnight. And the next day, all of that black soot, instead of it coming off on your hands and smearing it onto the cork, it's going to be stained into the coaster. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, William. William's probably gone by now, but have a good night. It's past my time too. We're at 2 hours. I don't think I've done a 2-hour show in a very long time. Congratulations, Ben, on your one laser. Yeah, congratulations. I hope you used my coupon and saved some money on that. That looks beautiful, Mick is saying. I love the subtle color shift of the blue. Yeah, so that is, the blue actually turns purple if you walk by it and it's hanging on the wall. It'll be blue, and then it'll start turning purple as you go by. That wood is from Creatororally. It's down in the description. So if you click on the description, I have a link there along with the coupon code if you want to pick some up. Thanks, George. I haven't made this one in about 4 years. Thank you, Pop Pop. I can't wait to try it out. I think it's beautiful. Awesome. So I'm going to give this another 2 minutes or so before I unveil the final product. And unfortunately, you guys won't be able to really see the color shift on camera, but in person, it's really impressive. While we're waiting for that, I'll go ahead and close the live stream. Invitations. And clear that out. We're done with that now. Okay, good. I have to order some. It's good. Yeah, they really make some very nice products at a good price. Had enough. Take care. Great show. Thank you. And thanks for stopping by. All right. I think that's long enough. Like I said, it only takes about 5 minutes for this glue to set up, enough to handle it. Now, of course, you don't want to, start shifting it around or anything. 5 or 10 minutes and you're good to go. You can hang it up on the wall. What I usually do to hang this up is I use some command strips, and that's the best way to do this. So there is the final product. And like I said, you won't see the color shift on camera, but here in person, when I look at it, if I turn it, it shifts from blue to purple. So looks really cool. So there is the final product for tonight, the finished product. I think one thing that I should have done, I meant to make this other hole smaller so that you can see that it's 2 layers. Let's see what's going on in the comments. Pop-Up says he's sorry he was late. He's going to rewatch it. Yeah, you can just slide it back. Desert Racer says, great show. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Ben is saying, let's talk after church if you have time. We do have a lunch tomorrow after church, so it's probably going to be, I'll give you a call later in the evening. Thank you, Pop-Up. Appreciate it. Okay, guys, that's it for this week. Thank you all so much for joining me, and thank you for those donations. If we keep those donations going, those super chats, then I'll be able to do giveaways. And right now I can say that we are going to, first week of next month, we're going to do another show like we did last week with the image contest, so you guys get your final product images together and take pictures of them, because we're going to open the image contest first week of next month. You'll be able to upload your images. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch that live stream. It was a lot of fun. And you guys get to vote on who you think has the best product. And, I think it might be tough because Diane's probably going to put that haunted house up. But still, take pictures of your best product now and get them ready for the first week of next month. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really love hanging out with you guys, and I'll see you guys again next week.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you soon. Don't let time fly. Keep on making, keep that passion high. See you next time. The Louis